Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabi. I welcome you to topic 10.1. We are going to look at asexual reproduction in plants. That is our topic which we are going to look at, and our learning outcome is A. Know the meaning of asexual reproduction. We shall start with vegetative reproduction, item 1. And we are going to look at the school garden cassava stems. During agriculture time, learners observe that cassava planted using stem cutting grows into new plants. The teacher asks why the new plants resemble the parent plant. Tasks. Explain what this method of producing new cassava plant shows about asexual reproduction. The new asexual reproduction is the production of offspring from one parent without fusion of gametes. Cassava stem cuttings grow into new plants identical to the parent, showing no genetic mixing. It demonstrates that asexual reproduction leads to genetically uniform offsprings, or what we call the clones. Vegetative reproduction, item 2. We are now going to look at yeast in bread making. In home science, learners mix yeast in warm water. Under the microscope, they see small outgrowth on the yeast. What we are seeing right here. Yeast with a small outgrowth. Task. Identify the process the yeast is using to reproduce and relate it to the meaning of asexual reproduction. Yeast is reproducing by budding, which is an asexual method. Asexual reproduction involves one parent organism producing offsprings without gamete fusion. The buds are small outgrowth that eventually detaches to form a new genetically identical yeast cell. So here what we are seeing, these ones will break off and they will develop into a new yeast cell. Vegetative reproduction item 3. We are looking at regrowing a lizard's tail. Learners see a lizard that has lost its tail. After several days, the tail appears to be growing back. What you are seeing here, you have this lizard here. It has lost its tail. Now, and when you look at the tail here, you see the tail trying to regrow. And here, it shows the tail has fully regrown. Task: differentiate between regeneration and asexual reproduction based on this observation. Regeneration is the ability of an organism to replace the lost body parts, while sexual reproduction uses regeneration to form a whole new organism, such as in planalia. The lizard is not reproducing. It is only replacing the body parts. Therefore, the meaning of asexual reproduction remains the formation of a new organism from one parent without gametes. Let's go to item 4. We are still on vegetative reproduction. Let's look at the pineapple farm visit. Learners visit a pineapple farm where the farmer explains that he grows new pineapples using suckers from the parent plant. Task: use this scenario to define asexual reproduction in plants. Pineapple suckers grow into new plants without seeds, meaning no male or female gametes are involved. This shows that asexual reproduction is the formation of a new individual from vegetative parts of the parent plant. So no use of seeds or gametes, but from the parent plant itself. Offsprings are genetically identical to the parent, meaning that the plant which is going to be formed will be the same like that one which it is coming from, genetically identical. Let's now look at vegetative reproduction, item 5. We are going to look at a single parent hydra. Learners watch a video of a hydra developing a small bud that grows and detaches. So here we are having our hydra, tentacles, hypostome. Now it is forming a bud here, as we are seeing magnified here. Now this bud detaches off and the bud starts growing into a young hydra. That is the hydra. It is forming a new organism, but it is forming it through budding. Task. Using the hydra example, explain the meaning of asexual reproduction and its characteristics. Asexual reproduction in hydra occurs through budding, where one parent produces offspring and there is no fertilization or gamete fusion occurs. So we don't have any fertilization taking place, no gametes fusing, but it is budding, forming a new organism. The offspring is a clone. What we mean by a clone is that substance that genetically, physically appears like a parent. So here we are having our budding growing, it detaches, and when it detaches, it resembles like the parent. That is what we call cloning, meaning that they are genetically identical to the parent. They are resembling the parent. They have similar genes. We are still on vegetative reproduction, item 6. Let's now look at the bacteria in a culture dish. A science teacher shows learners a dish with bacteria doubling rapidly.
Bacteria reproduce very simply and rapidly by doubling their contents and splitting in two. Just one bacterium, dividing every 20 minutes, could produce nearly 5,000 billion bacteria in one.
Task. Describe how this observation helps define asexual reproduction. The bacteria reproduces by binary fission, which is a type of asexual reproduction. That means that one bacteria cell divides into two individual cells, like the way we have seen here bacteria. Each bacteria divides into 2. That were 2, then divide into 4, and they go on multiplying like that, and they become very many. That one, where one parent divides into 2, is what we are referring to as binary fission. Asexual reproduction therefore means offsprings arise from a single parent through cell division without gamete involvement. So you can see that the bacteria go on, which is 1 divides and they form 2, 2 divide and they become 4. That one is what we are referring to as a binary fission. Vegetative reproduction, item 7. We are looking at a broken spider plant. A stem from a potted spider plant breaks off and grows roots when placed in water. So here we are having the spider plants. They have put them in water. They are going to develop their roots and they will develop into a new plant. Task: explain what this demonstrates about the meaning of asexual reproduction. The broken stem develops into a new plant, showing vegetative propagation, an asexual method. Only one parent plant is required. The offsprings are identical, confirming that asexual reproduction is reproduction without sex cells. Thank you very much for participating in topic 10.1, which is asexual reproduction in plants. We have been looking at learning outcome A, which is know the meaning of asexual reproduction.